Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today had the boys on with me, Jackson and Terrell. We talked about their first ever USA Dodgeball tournament, and then we recapped a little bit of the throwdown for Jackson on Sunday, and the show with some questions from you people. Thank you for sending them in. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoy. Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today I got on with me Team Money 420 and Louisville graduate, a man who finished second in last year's NFL MVP race, current quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson. How we doing, babies?
What up?
Howdy, happy to be back. I've been on as a guest. I've never been on as a dodgeball guest before, so this is exciting.
I think you've been on at least 10 times for basketball stuff, and it was mainly just me venting about the Knicks.
Yeah, at least half of those were you just kind of complaining about Thibodeau in particular.
Hey, calling my shot.
Yeah,
Have you been on the most out of anybody in bromance? Easily?
I'm up there.
I would say Terrell's one, and then I think Bo would probably be two, and then John three.
Okay. Okay, I didn't know when John's like not stopped coming on, but kind of took a break from coming on. So all right, hold on. I'm in presence of greatness right now. Hold on. Okay, Terrell.
All
I,
five.
you've been on three times now, right, Jackson?
Yeah, this is my third.
Okay, here we go.
So I'm slowly catching up.
Here we go. Here we go. My goal for future episodes is to have more and more new people on. So if you're watching this, you want to hop on Bromance, hit me up. I will try to fit as many people in as possible. I can't make any promises, but the more the merrier. Before we get into our pizza toppings draft, let's talk NBA because Terrell, you're a Lakers fan, and Jackson, you are a Blazers fan, and we got Meredith's take on the Damian Lillard signing. So I want your take. Jackson, what do you think about Damian Lillard coming back home?
Well, first of all, I'm very disappointed in Mayor's take. Not knowing who Damian Lillard is a sin. But yeah, Damian Lamonte Ali Lillard is coming back home, and he has been a little bit of like childhood nostalgia almost, even though he hasn't been in the league that long. Um, some of my favorite memories was watching the 2019 playoff run with him waving goodbye OKC, and even before that with him hitting the buzzer beater against Houston. Yeah, Dame time.
That was a bad
So
shot.
yeah, it was bad. Yeah, never forget. It was a horrible shot.
Oh, an idiot.
Uh, I remember where I was when he said that, and it amazing. He just made so many good memories, and it's a feel good story. Like, yes, I know he signed a 3-year contract. Well, it's really a 2-year contract because he's going to be injured next year. But it's just really good because as soon as he left, Rip City just wasn't the same, and I feel like this will get the mojo going back into the Blazers. We could talk about how the roster is constructed now that he's back, but honestly, I'm just in the honeymoon phase of the agreement right now, so I'm not ready to bash the organization just yet. But I'm I'm over the moon. I think it will be good in the long run. I'm worried about our young point guards, but for now, I give it 2 thumbs up and a hearty smile. So I'm happy.
I like the move. I think that they are a young and upcoming team. I like how they got rid of DeAndre Ayton. That's kind of an addition by subtraction. They got Klingon last year in the draft. They traded away Simon, so they have Kamara, who they're going to have to pay soon. But I do like this move for them, and I do think that it's kind of, I guess, poetic justice that Damian Lillard got traded from Portland to the Bucks for Drew Holiday, and then they traded Drew Holiday to the Celtics, and now Drew Holiday is on the Blazers, and Damian Lillard is back on the Blazers.
Yeah, it's the best of both worlds. We just had to wait, but I'm very happy.
Hell yeah! So Meredith was dead wrong.
Dead wrong. This I'm not sure how much of the needle it's going to move, but I'm excited to find out. I'm excited to watch Blazer basketball, which is saying something.
Hell yeah. I can't wait to stay up till 10:30 at night and watch the first half of a basketball game.
Yeah, don't remind me of that.
All right, and Terrell, you are a Lakers fan. So talk to me about DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart and anything else you want to talk about the Lakers.
Well, first of all, I just want to hop in on the Dame Lillard thing real quick. I think it's fantastic. I think it's such a good way for him to end his career because he spent so many of his good years in Portland. People shitting on him. You're never going to win a ring there. You're wasting your talent. And then he went away, did try to win a ring, got shafted, and now is getting sent back to where he started. And he might not win a ring there. Realistically, probably not. The Blazers are ass. Jackson is happy. Good for him. The Blazers are still ass. They're not a good team right now, but it is cool that they're getting him back, and it's cool that he gets to like ride off into the sunset with the team that he started with. So that's cool for him, and I'm very happy for him, especially with the way that this past year went for him. He just got done dirty, just a lot. But as far as the Lakers, good for the Lakers. They need a big man and they need defense. I wouldn't be upset if they started tossing out some LeBron trade rumors. They need to get rid of him. He's next on the chopping block, I believe. But yeah, they need a big man. They need defense. That's been the gaping holes in the Lakers for a while now. So good for them for starting to rebuild and get some of those pieces that they're going to need to have moving forward to build a good team.
I do not think that anyone is interested in trading for LeBron James at his age and the contract, along with all the aprons that you have to deal with in the NBA now with salary caps, luxury tax, everything.
No, nobody's going to be interested, but it doesn't hurt to toss it out there and see what you might potentially be able to get because he's not a good fit where he's at right now.
So I am a huge, huge, huge diehard Knicks fan. If you know me, you know that. And I saw a bunch of fake trades, and one of them was Karl Anthony Towns for LeBron straight up because the money could work. I would stop liking the Knicks. No fucking way will I root for a team that has LeBron James on it. Absolutely not.
That's just bad. That's just at the age that they're at. That's almost a talent downgrade. And not to mention, like you mentioned, like all the money issues and all that. You're also dealing with LeBron. He's going to have control of the Knicks. And do you really want that?
Absolutely not.
No, that's two thumbs down and a hearty frown.
It's a no for me, dog.
Yeah.
That's a big no.
All right, enough with our NBA takes. This is a dodgeball podcast, but it's good that we got that out of the way. Let's get into our draft. So this is something that I want to stick with. I think people like it. I had some very interesting draft ideas that people threw out there. I would say the most creative one was Aaron Greenlee saying that we should do a draft of doorknobs.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Maybe the next one. But this up. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I would have to do research. I don't know what different types of doorknobs there are.
Right? You'd have to like show the doorknob, be like, dude, this fucking doorknob is sick. This is my first pick.
Well, I thought it was like cartoon doorknobs because all I could think of was like a SpongeBob SquarePants, like bedazzled doorknob, like from Squilliam Fancy Pants or some shit.
Maybe.
Yeah,
honestly, I don't know. I'd have to do my research. But this one is about pizza topping draft. So we'll do 4 rounds, snake draft. The first 3 rounds, you can pick whatever you want. This is not a build your own pizza like Meredith. Whoever drafts first, please do not fuck this up. Do not pick cheese. And the last round, you must pick a specialty pizza. We had this discussion before with someone picking like chicken bacon ranch or barbecue chicken, and then not being able to pick chicken or bacon or whatever after that. So we'll do that last. Are we good?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right. You guys are my guests. I'll go last. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right. With the first pick in the pizza toppings draft, Lamar Jackson picks
Pepperoni.
It's the typical white guy answer.
It's the safe pick. I mean, I could have been really funny and say cheese, but pepperoni is like the safe pick. Like, what does everyone want? What does everyone want? Oh, I don't know, pepperoni. Okay, it's the classic answer, and I'm trying to win the draft, so pepperoni
For the people. All right, Terrell, number 2.
Number two is bacon.
Mm,
That was my number one.
Yeah, got to keep it meat.
that was on my list.
All right. With a third pick, I will go prosciutto. Love a prosciutto pizza.
All right.
Love a
Okay.
prosciutto pizza. And with my second pick, I will go hot honey.
Oh, that's a good pick.
All right. Really thinking outside the box, huh?
Hmm.
Oh,
Fire picks. All right. Terrell, you are back up.
Damn, dude. All right. I'm gonna go onion.
okay.
It goes
For,
good. It's not necessarily a main topping, but it's a good accessory topping. It goes well with pretty much everything, any meat. Nobody's just gonna get an onion pizza, but it goes well with everything.
no, that's good. I was just about to say I usually get like onions and peppers for
Yeah,
my pizza. Onions and chicken also works. But okay. That's like a role player right there.
yeah. Jack of all.
Mm, mm. Okay.
Jackson,
So my next pick.
you got two here.
All right. So for my second pick, I'm gonna go with barbecue chicken. It's just delicious, and the barbecue makes it. And then for my third pick, hmm, hmm, I'm gonna go with shoot. I don't know.
Don't do double olives, bro.
I really want to. I really, really want to do double olives. I'm gonna go meatball. I'm gonna go meatball.
I don't think people would know the double olives reference unless you're an AWL.
5-time AWL, by the way.
5-time?
Yeah, I got on late.
Wow. I would like to say I am 6. Terrell has no clue what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm confused.
It's a podcast. Part of my take. Terrell, next pick. What you got?
We're going with sausage.
Mm, that was the other one I was debating between with meatball. That was a
Yeah,
good pick.
it's hard because it's like every single one of my choices, even if we did a top five, they all just would have been meat because I usually get meat lovers. But you guys pick some good ones, and also you got to throw an accessory in there. Onion, you got to go with onion. It was either
That's
onion.
smart. That's smart.
All right, I got two here. So this will be my third pick and then my last pick. So
Okay.
with my third pick, I will go feta.
No double olives.
No double olives. I'm leaving that for you.
Is that a specialty pizza?
No, and my specialty pizza is mashed potatoes with broccoli, bacon, and cheddar. I will bust, bro. That shit is bussin'.
What? I feel like I've had like mashed potato pizza once from a food truck and didn't like it. So I think I'm a little turned off from the idea, but I think I just need a good mashed potato pizza. So
You
I need
do.
to have whatever you're having.
It's like a heavy pizza, but it's fire.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Good pick.
Terrell, next pick has to be specialty pizza.
Um, it's tough because I actually was gonna go mashed potato, but it's too similar, so I guess I won't do that. But just no broccoli, just mashed potato, garlic, bacon, fire, fantastic, especially
Okay.
at bar in particular. But my specialty pizza is chicken bacon ranch all day. You can never go wrong. There's some places where you go get a piece of pizza and you're like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? This is not good pizza. You can go anywhere and get chicken bacon ranch. It is good across the board.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah, I think you definitely stole my specialty pizza there. So, but I do have a backup, and I actually think this is low-key better at times. I'm gonna go with bar in mind. You mentioned bar. I'm going with margarita pizza. Like I know the meats are really good, but like a nice like margarita pizza with like the cheese, tomatoes, tomatoes, and basil, and like the spices that come with it. It's just like I could eat it all day, to be honest, and it could hit the spot on any given day, in my opinion. So I'm locking in margarita.
All right, boys, no bad picks. I like it. So let's go with Jackson. What were your 4 picks?
Oh boy, pepperoni,
Mm-hmm.
barbecue chicken, meatball, and then margarita pizza.
Terrell.
We got bacon, onion, sausage, chicken bacon ranch.
Honestly, I would eat your three picks, your three toppings. I would eat that pizza.
Same. I'll eat your three.
Thanks, bud.
And then I went prosciutto, I went hot honey, feta, and then I went mashed potato with broccoli, bacon, and cheddar. So comment below what you think or who you think won the pizza toppings draft. I'm surprised no one went like extra cheese.
Extra cheese, yeah, that could have been one.
Let's consider there were so many potentials, but when you only get three options, you got to come in with some hard hitters, dude.
Yeah, what pizzas get missed? I put like buffalo chicken.
Yeah, buffalo.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good one.
Um, I'm really happy no one picked Hawaiian pizza. By the way, good choices.
I
I would fuck up a Hawaiian pizza.
I
Um,
would I do like a Hawaiian pizza. I wanted to throw out like because I do like ham, but I like ham only when it's with pineapple, and then it's like then I'm committing too hard at that point.
okay, okay. I am a notorious anti-Hawaiian pizza guy.
You hate it,
I
call them.
Yeah, I am a hater. I
Yeah,
am a hater. Sorry, it's called having taste. No, I'm just kidding.
Black olives was a miss.
Yep, black olives, green olives could have been a good one there. Anchovies.
You're sick.
Mm, mm, mm. No cheese, no sauce.
yeah. I also was thinking like if you guys are just gonna troll and it's like, all right, Jackson with the first pick, sardines. It's like, oh, okay, now I have to go anchovies. Ryan, go artichokes. We're just making some bullshit pizzas.
Have you guys ever had was it red tomato pizza? Just sauce, no cheese?
Oh
No,
no,
that doesn't sound good at all.
No, it's fucking fire. If you have
that's
it from a good place, it's fire. You can have it cold, it's fire.
Huh,
I didn't know that was a thing.
yeah, I didn't either. That sounds like lazy pizza.
I had it at like a New Year's Eve party like 6 years ago, and I didn't order it, but it also might have been because we did a power hour on the way down to
Yeah,
Philly,
that's 100% what it is.
but it was still very good. So I think I would order it. It's pretty good.
Hmm,
It wouldn't be my go-to, but if someone's like, yo, red tomato pizza, I'd be like, yeah, I'll have some.
interesting.
Very interesting. Never would have thought of it otherwise.
I have some pizzas to try.
Let's move into some dodgeball questions. So, Jackson, you've been on here a few times. I think the people know you well enough now. Terrell, you've been on plenty of times as well, but again, you've been on for basketball stuff. So, I want the people to know who you are. So, Jackson, feel free to hop in wherever here. Terrell, how did you get into dodgeball?
I got into dodgeball. I don't remember what year it was. I think it was 2019 or 2020, but Sean asked me to come be a ringer on his team. He used to play at a place called Recess. It was in Worcester. And it was the only place locally at the time around us to play. It was a Monday night league. So I think the games didn't start until like 8, 9 p.m. We wouldn't get home until like midnight every single week. It's a rough day to start a Monday week, but also a fun day to start a Monday. And like I said, there was no dodgeball around us at the time. So we drive an hour and a half every Monday up there to go play. And Sean was the one that introduced me into dodgeball. And then he had always talked about how dope it would be for us to have like a dodgeball place for us to play more locally. And you know, after like a year or two of him talking about that, he ended up starting Shoreline, which then turned into Nutmeg. Now, no,
No, he didn't start Shoreline. That was ran by Zach.
oh okay, because I know it was through the YMCA. But yeah, so we started with that through the YMCA, and then it went to Vale, and now we're at where we're at now in Nutmeg.
Do you remember who was at Recess? Place we
Re-
used to play dodgeball?
Um, Familiar faces from back then. Dave Roy. He's pretty much the one. He's the only consistent one that I remember being there then, and is still there now. And he was always super fucking nice, super friendly, super welcoming when we would go there, and also understanding. It's like we're driving up from Connecticut, and he understands that, so he would hook us up. There was a bar there. He would always buy us drinks whenever we were there. So shout out Dave.
I went there a few times. That place is fucking sick. But like you said, Monday, it's about an hour and a half drive, a little rough. You play pretty late, you get home. I want to say I went there 2 or 3 times and I didn't get home till like 1 o'clock and I go to work at 5:30. So that was rough, but it was a good time.
Yeah,
That sounds awful.
yeah, yeah. Awful in the best though, dude. It's like this is the things that you do for love. We didn't have anywhere else to play, so fuck. If this is
I get it.
play, well, I'll do it.
I get
Also,
it.
also keep in mind we were a lot younger too. If I had to go back in time and do this now, it's not happening. If I wasn't
No shot.
20s, it's not happening.
No shot. Yeah. I mean, no kids, fine. You know, not married, fine. But married and kids, no fucking shot.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. How long have you been playing dodge before? I think we kind of touched on that, though. You said 2019.
Yeah. So it's like I break it up into like two different categories because it's like that's when I started playing, but it was kind of just like not very serious, very recreational. Every time I was playing, I was either blacked out or under
T
some
Money 420.
yeah, going pretty hard. So yeah. So I wasn't like we were just showing up and having fun. But then we went to a tournament. I don't remember how long ago this was, but we went to a tournament in Jersey 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe. And that's when I would consider myself to have started playing competitively because that kind of opened my world. It opened my eyes into the world of competitive dodgeball. I didn't know there was as much depth as there was to the game before that. I thought it was just throw the ball, catch the ball, dodge the ball. And then we showed up there and you guys are calling plays. You're just telling Sean, I never even heard of any of these plays before. So it was just it was sensory overload for me, but in the coolest of ways.
That was a very fun tournament. Our team for that tournament was you, me, Alan, Nate, Sean, Alex, Ron, and
That was it. It was
okay.
just
Yeah, that was a very fun tournament. But I remember looking across because Sean and I were in corners, and I'm calling plays, and he's also calling plays, and I could see you guys in the middle, and everyone but Alex had no clue what we were saying.
yeah, because I think before that, the only play that I had ever ran was green on middle. And you guys are like, all right, away. All right, crash. All right, red, red, red. And I'm looking at each other, look at you guys, like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, I feel so lost. I feel so out of place. Like, should I just walk off the court? Like, I feel like I did wrong. That's how I felt at the time. It was.
That'd been really funny if you just did. It's like, is this red?
Yeah, that was a fun tournament for sure. I remember you guys pelting me with questions, but in a good way.
Yeah.
I like that. Do you remember your first tournament?
Yeah, actually, that was my very first tournament. That Jersey one, and like I said, it was so cool, but just so overwhelming with the amount of coordination that there was. It's like people. I didn't even know what a pump. I knew what a pump fake was, but I didn't even respect people pump faking until that tournament. And dude, I was sore from pump faking after that tournament. Like I never pump faked beforehand. Like just little things that you don't think about. But it was just super eye opening, super fun. And I'm trying to think if there was any other major takeaways. Yeah, no, just it was really just a lot, but in a cool way.
Terrell also bowled out that tournament along with all the other nutmeg people that we brought. And I remember, again, that being pretty much all your first tournaments. Like, I think that was Alan's first tournament. I think that was probably Ron's first tournament. And people coming up to us and they're like, yo, who's this? Who's this? And I'm like, that's Terrell. That's Alan. That's Ron. This is all their first tournaments. This is Nate. And then they're like, what the fuck? Like, your boys are ready to play. And I'm like, yeah, like, we don't fuck around. And we felt pretty confident, obviously, bringing you guys to a tournament. So, with that being said, do you have a favorite tournament so far?
Definitely this most recent tournament that we played in at Boston. Just because I've been scoping out ever since we played that tournament in Jersey, which was years ago. I'm like, okay, well, this is a step up from the rec league shit that we were playing. Everything I do, I'm competitive. I want to try to play it at the highest level. So I've been scoping out a USA tournament for a while now, but I don't know how easy it is to get on a team. I don't really have the money to travel to anything, super across country like that. So it happened to work out very well. I was able to put together my own team with a bunch of people from Nutmeg. So it's like we're coming through with a local squad. And it was cool just being able to put myself on the platform that I've been looking at for literally years now. Like how we did is irrelevant. Even if we went out there and did horrible and got shit on every single game, it wouldn't matter. It would still be my favorite tournament. But definitely this most recent past USA round.
And you guys were able to play with all the nutmeg people. And I feel like for your first USA tournament, you guys were all pretty organized. We were running scrimmages for the 2 weeks before that too. So you were able to practice, with your teammates.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to you in particular because we had an open gym right before Boston, and you kind of offered up the idea like, hey, if you guys all want to come through, meaning your team Arise, that was the name of our team. But if you guys want to come through with Arise, you guys can practice. It would be good for you guys to, get some reps on the court before playing in Boston, having your first time playing in the middle of a USA tournament. And it's half of your first USA tournaments probably is not ideal, but I can look at it. I can give you guys some feedback if you're doing some good shit, if you're not doing some good shit. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So, we went through, played on Wednesday. You gave us some, definitely helpful tips that we were actually able to bring into Saturday that helped us a lot. But I started rambling. I don't even remember what the question was. What was the question?
Well, real quick, I do want to piggyback. No, Ryan, you giving us the platform to practice together was huge because we've played together and against each other for a couple of seasons now. But this was probably my second. This was my second time playing with Terrell. The first time was the Secret Santa mystery draft tournament, and which was very thrown together. Same with Alan. And this is my first time playing with Jason, with Alex. I played with Nate before, but so it was a lot of our first times coming together. So those open gyms were like the first times we like got together, played together, and like ran plays together, and like talked about dodgeball at a high level together. So we've texted about it, but that's a lot different than playing. So that really I think was the backbone to our relatively good success on Saturday. So I'm excited to talk about it when we
I
get to it.
I agree because there was you guys, there was Chimera, there was like half of Acid, there was Spice
Mm-hmm.
Girls, so everyone was able to kind of scrimmage against each other. It was good that everyone showed up, and yeah, I remember. I obviously everyone's running plays, but I remember a few times too where like you're playing on your side and you're closest to me because I'm reffing, and like someone throws in front of you, and I'm obviously reffing. I don't have any bias, but I'm like take that, take that, take that. And you're like, hold up, 5 balls. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no. If that person is in front of you and they're 15 feet away from you, you need to throw that ball because there's like certain people that will be the only opportunity you ever get to get them out in that game. And yeah, I mean, you guys are doing a really good job, pump faking and creating angles. And my only suggestion, I think, was to honestly just utilize them because you guys are drawing a lot of eyes, but it was a lot of straight throws.
Right. And we did do that on Saturday. Sometimes we did straight throws to our detriment, but no, it was huge, huge help. And yeah, we'll talk about it a little more in depth later.
For sure. Terrell, what is your favorite dodgeball memory to date? There's only one right answer.
Wow. Wow. All right. I literally wasn't even feeling any pressure up until that comment.
It's
Well,
all
no
right.
pressure, no pressure.
Kelsey, I got this.
Okay. Well, my favorite dodgeball moment. Um, that's a good question.
Good question.
Good question.
My favorite dodgeball moment probably was going into that first tournament and having that overwhelming sense of just kind of like panic in a way because I'm never going to get that feeling again and I'm never going to forget that feeling because that's kind of what started pushing me into okay, let's start taking this competitive thing more serious. There's a lot to learn and that shit is scary. Depending on your mindset, it could be scary or it could be exciting. And it was a little bit of both, but I will never forget that feeling and I'll never forget that moment because that's kind of what pushed me into, starting what I would consider to be my competitive dodgeball career now.
Are you saying like butterflies in your stomach? Like you're too excited to sleep the night before? Or you wake up at 4 a.m. and you're like, dude, I just want to go to the carpool and let's get down there?
No, it was like when we got there and like right before we started, it's like I had that feeling. But then once you start playing, it's all good because you know how to play, like you're comfortable, you've done this a million times. And then afterwards, I just kept replaying all these scenarios and I'm like, fuck, dude, if I would have did this, we could have won. Or if I would have did this could have ended up better for us. And it's just like I'm replaying all these scenarios and it's like I'm keeping myself up at night, just going over stupid shit that doesn't matter because it already happened. But it's like, okay, next time I'm in this scenario, I want to make sure that if this is the reason that I lost this time, I want to make sure that doesn't happen again. So how can we make sure that doesn't happen again? And just thinking, it's all in my own head.
And my favorite dodgeball memory for you is Kelsey winning the 3v1 against Sean, Audrey, and Justin.
Big clutch. Big clutch. I love when that pops up on my Snapchat memories. It is such a hype moment, and it is a very good dodgeball memory.
We all bum rushed her, gave her a hug.
Yeah.
What's your favorite team you've played on so far?
Um, Probably I believe it was Z Warriors that very first draft season that we did where you drafted me. Because I went from about to fucking quit, not having fun with dodgeball, to getting drafted and what a great picture. Was that you and John?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Shout out John, dude. But yeah, definitely that season because I went from not having fun at all to having fun again because I was gonna quit beforehand. But then you drafted me, and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm having fun, and also I'm learning. Before that, I had plateaued. This is the one annoying but cool thing about dodgeball. It's like you almost need somebody that knows more than you and is better than you to teach you. Otherwise, you're just kind of spinning your wheels and in the mud and not really accomplishing much and not getting that much better. So you kind of drafted me and then showed me, oh, there's this whole world of shit for you to get better at. And I was like, okay, cool. And also, I think we ended up winning that season, and it was like a hard fought victory for us to get there. And I'm like, okay, this was fun. Like we had to earn our victory, and I learned a lot. So it was definitely my favorite season.
That's where Dream was born, and that's also where Grizzlies was born because we played Sean's team, and Justin was on the team, Ivan was on that team, Sean Williams was on that team.
Mm-hmm.
So it was
Yeah,
pretty cool. I had a feeling you were going to say that team, but I also had a feeling that you were going to say the Dream season where we had Matt Anzaletti, Logan, and Brandon.
that was a fun season.
That was a fun ass season.
Season.
That was a fun ass season. We played 8v8 and we didn't have girls every single week. And it was just like a running joke when the girls weren't there. Like, we need to win. This is our time because there's no girls on the court. We can do whatever we want. We don't have to play scared. This is why people think I'm scared to talk to girls. But yeah, it was a fun season. Next question. What aspect of your game are you currently working on?
Um, huh. It's hard. I'm trying to work on blending different things together. So I'm trying to work on catching. I'm trying to work on dodging and catching and blending the two together because I feel like I'm a decent catcher. So knowing that I'm a decent catcher, I will put myself in a bad position and I will reach for a lot of balls that I shouldn't. So I'm trying to not do that. So if I have in my mindset, I'm not going to go for a catch and just dodge, I feel like I do a decent job staying alive. If I have in my head, I'm just going to go for a catch and not dodge, I feel like I might be able to get the catch, but I won't stay alive very long. Trying to figure out a way to dodge until I get an opportune time to go for a catch is what I'm trying to work on, but easier said than done. I get excited if a ball gets close to me sometimes. I want to go for a catch. Um, it's a lot easier said than done for me in particular because I have such a bad habit of reaching. So I'm trying to break the habit of reaching and trying to only go for catches when they give me no other option than by putting it on me.
I think that's a tough thing for everyone, and I think you're being very modest. And I would say that you probably have top five hands that I've ever played with, and I've been playing for a long ass time and a lot of good teams. So I think for certain players like you, it might be okay because those balls stick to you. But I think for a lot of other people, I would be like, hey, stop reaching and slap their hands.
Yeah, decent catcher for you is crazy.
Yeah.
What, the LeBron James?
Yeah, I had to do a double take.
All right, got two more questions. If you could play dodgeball anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Hang on, I'm going to answer that, but then I want to go back and ask you guys that same question that I just answered afterwards. But if I could play dodgeball anywhere in the world, I would definitely choose Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii real bad. It's cool and exotic as fuck over there. I would just love to do anything in Hawaii. So if I could play dodgeball in Hawaii, that would be fantastic.
Like an outdoor court or like gym with like a good like beach view.
If they had an outdoor court, if we can make that happen, that would be pretty dope. Realistically, it would probably suck to play dodgeball outdoors, but we're going for the
Fair
vibes, man.
enough.
We're not. I'm not going for a try hard game in Hawaii.
LeBron James' house.
Let's do it.
That's where you would want to play dodgeball.
No, I'm just thinking of like ideas for Terrell, like other ideas for Terrell.
Oh, other places he could go.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah. Any other ideas?
No, I was thinking like something Lakers related. The
Yeah.
crypto arena.
I'll go to Luca's house.
It's just gonna be Ozempic everywhere.
Yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of weight when playing there.
It's just
Yeah.
gonna be Ozempic and iced tea.
Nancy, dude.
Do you think his house is still in Dallas, or is it too soon?
I bet you he's got two houses.
100%. Yeah.
He's gonna sign a contract pretty soon. I'm calling out right now. I think he
That's
has. I think he can sign an extension like early August.
Oh,
all
Luca?
right.
An
Yeah.
extension with the Lakers. Yeah.
100%.
All right, Terrell. You said you had questions for us. What were your questions?
Well, I just wanted to ask you the same question that I had just answered, which is, fuck, dude, what did I just answer about what? Oh, what am I trying to work on right now? What are you guys trying to work on dodgeball careers?
Okay. I'll go first, Ryan. So I'm in the middle of not overhauling my throwing mechanics, but kind of tweaking some things to try to get a little more velocity. So I am trying to smooth that out, but also kind of the same vein as you, blending that with dodging, because there's a lot of times where I would go for a throw, maybe like an offensive play, and then I would just get clips like right after or right before, and I'm trying to blend going for the right times to throw, I guess, where I like kind of seeing everybody and kind of gauging who's going to throw at me at that time. I think that's a pretty big weakness that also was I got reminded of on Saturday. So kind of blending, going for the throw, and then immediately locking into okay, now dodge, dodge, dodge. Because I think I'm a better dodger than a catcher almost all the time. So yeah, I'm a decent catcher. You're an amazing catcher. There's the difference, Terrell. But I would say, yeah, blending offense into immediate like defense of habits right now.
And I would say for me, definitely playing out of the middle. I would be honored to make the actual Team USA and represent the country outside of the USA and playing dodgeball. I feel like for mixed, I may play corner or maybe middle with that ball, but I think if it were men's, it would probably be inside corner. So I'm trying to work again with not playing on ball and playing in the middle, which I've done for years. So it's just kind of me doing that again at a higher level. So like Seattle, I was playing middle and then inside corner a little bit. And then in Boston, I was playing inside corner a lot. I like primarily played inside corner for men. So that, and I would say working on spinning these batting balls because my fingers are fucked. Like my thumb is fucked. My pointer finger, Sarah Wood, definitely fractured the end of it, and it's now starting to heal. And then my pinky, you guys know, like exploded by a cloth ball like 2 years ago. So my fingers are all taped different ways. It's tough for me to grip a ball and spin it without it being painful. So I've been trying to work on that.
Okay. When did you injure your pointer finger? You said you almost fractured it.
Yeah, I think I did fracture it. It was facing the wrong way a few weeks ago, and I had to tape it to try and straighten it out and hope that it heals correctly. I did this at D League.
Oh, okay.
And it was like the last game. I think it was like the second to last game in the championship, and Sarah threw and just went through my ball block. And it, as soon as it happened, I'm like, shit, this hurts. And I looked down, I'm like, fuck it. I just threw more tape on it. And then a few days later, I was looking at it, and I was like, no, this is bad.
It's like pointing this way.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, but I mean, it's not terrible. It'll heal. It's definitely not gonna heal straight, but yeah, again, just trying to create more spin on the ball without it being painful.
Okay.
And last question for Terrell before we get into the recap for Saturday. Do you plan on continuing to travel and play in more tournaments?
Oh, hell yeah. I would love to. I wish there were more tournaments, honestly. I That's what I look forward to the most now because it's tough. It's like yeah, I'm happy that we have a place to play in Nutmeg in our rec league every Wednesday, but it's hard to consistently make gains on a rec league level. Um, and it's hard to make tournament gains at a rec league, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because every time I go to a tournament, I lose almost every tournament, but I'm coming away so much better. Like even the last tournament that I went to, like by the time I started and then by the time we ended playing, I was a better player. It's like I lost, but it's like I'm figuring out why I lost, how we're not going to lose, what we could have done better, how we could have completely avoided, the pitfalls that we even got into in the first place. So wow, what was I even saying? I just completely lost my train of thoughts.
That you want to continue traveling to tournaments.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, I would love to keep traveling just because it's so much higher of a level of competition, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm a competitive dude. I'm always trying to be the best that I can be, and in order to do that, you got to play against the best, and the best people are at the tournament. So I look forward to stepping up in competition every time I go to a tournament, and I want to continue to do that.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hashtag ad if you live in the Long Island area or you're willing to travel to Long Island, sign up for Semi Pro. There's still tournaments going out until October, so you can sign up. Hopefully, you get drafted by a team, you can join the team for a few months. There is the Philly dodgeball tournament coming up in, I think it's like the early August. It's like a rooftop tournament. I sent it in the Nutmeg
Oh,
group message. And then I would say the only thing this year. Oh, DMV is hosting a cloth. I think it's like September 20th or something like that. 21st,
I actually don't know. I'm not going to that.
somewhere around
Um,
there. And then the last tournament that will be in the New England-ish area is the Philly Dodgeball. Last I knew, there were still tickets, so sign up. It is on December 13th.
yeah, I signed up fairly late, so I think there's still a couple more tickets, unless I took the last one, but I don't think so.
I talked to Frankie about it like 2 weeks ago, and he said that there's still spots. So go sign up. Go follow him on Instagram. Go click on their link and go sign up for the tournaments. They host really good tournaments. Shout out Frankie and Sam.
They do. They really do.
Dodgeball's dope.
All right, let's recap Saturday. So this happened about a week and a half ago. So we will try and go through every series. There might be some series that are a little foggy. That's okay. We don't have to talk about all of them. But let's start with the first one. So you guys start off your day playing Boston Heist. You guys beat them 6-1. Let's start with Terrell.
I don't remember too much of that series. I definitely had like a little bit of an adrenaline dump that series. I was so fucking excited. I was so ready to go. And then I just started out, and I think the first ball I threw, I tried to throw it like 300% of what my body was even capable of. I was so tired immediately afterwards. But I definitely was happy with the way that we were playing. Everybody was locked in. Everybody was on the same page. I had a bunch of different lineups that I wanted to try out because we have a lot of versatile players that could play in different spots. But everything was going so well that I just said, "Fuck it! Like if it ain't broke, why fix it? We have a good thing going on, so let's just keep running with it." But yeah, do you want to add anything, Jackson? Because I don't remember all that much from that series.
Yeah. So I saw Boston Heist was our first game, and I was nervous because Boston Heist have been playing together for a long time now, and I knew this was going to be a good test and a good like litmus test, I guess, to see how this team's going to do. And right away, my worries were put aside because our roster, top down, had a role to fill, and we filled it really well. Like kind of going briefly over, Terrell, you were the right corner and one of the main runners. Like you were almost impossible to get out because again, you're defensively really good, you're really athletic, and you could catch really well. So you put a lot of pressure on them as well as having the ball. Alex was the other runner and really good at pitchbacks with Nate, which I'll get to in just a second. And he's a scrappy guy, so it was hard. It was even harder to get him out because he is literally in the air at all times or horizontal on the ground at all times. And he's like a smaller dude, so he was going to dive everywhere and stay alive, and he was really awesome at it. Jason, I'm going to give a special shout out for this series in particular, has a godlike hands. He made like 7 catches this series alone. Like, I'm not joking.
No God on cap.
No God on cap. It might be 8 catches now that I'm
He's not
thinking about it.
capping. He's not
I'm
capping.
not capping. No, like there was a couple times I think he had like a 3v1 and he had like 2 catches back to back, and we immediately took that set off the top of my head. And there was a lot of times I was just yelling Jason Derulo, like his tag, Jason Derulo. Like, if you heard me say that, it's because Jason did something crazy, which is crazy because this was his first USA tournament.
Yeah, me just hop in real quick. Yeah, shout out to Jason because this was a lot of our first USA tournaments on our team in particular. This was Jason's first dodgeball tournament, not just USA tournament, dodgeball tournament. We played in tournaments, so we have a little bit of experience. So for our first series, for him to come out and start balling the way that he did, it made me super happy for him, dude, because especially your first ever tournament, there's a lot of ways that it could go, and you could get demoralized real quick if shit starts not going your way. So I'm happy that he was balling out in a way that we knew he could right off the start.
And he was catching throughout the entire day, and he was getting some really good throws too throughout the entire day. And I'm really proud of how he played, and I hope I get to play with him again, honestly. And then it's like Nate, Allen, and myself, like the main guns from the middle. So we were throwing the most, and Nate had a really good pitch back where he just grabs the ball with his hand over the line and was able to throw super close to somebody. And it was just an automatic delete button off the rip. Like, him and Alex were really locked in that day. And we would start off with a 6-5 advantage most sets. And then we have our favorite Connecticut resident, Robbie.
Hey,
BBL Bobby.
BBL Bobby. He was our left corner, really good arm. You know what you're going to get from him. And most importantly, he was the vibes. We had amazing vibes, and most of it was because of him. I already play with him in semi-pro, but I'm really glad that the guys got to play with him and got to talk to him and meet him for the first time. And it was just awesome. I would definitely have him play in a all Connecticut team again.
That's also my twin, same birthday. So I think like really,
really
just good vibes all around, you know?
Amazing vibes. And everybody was amazing vibes. So it contributed. And with Boston Heist, everybody had the roles and we executed over and over again. And I think from there, we just started steamrolling, to be honest. So
yeah,
that's what I remember the most.
Yeah, the way I do remember it going is a lot of times with dodgeball, it's like, okay, somebody will throw, and then you're kind of just everybody's waiting on edge to see if the dominoes are going to start falling. And then it's like somebody will take a throw, and then the dominoes should start falling. And every single time the dominoes would start falling, there would be like retaliation on our end, which is what I was nervous about. Because if they start taking shots and we're not taking shots back, we're just going to get cooked. We're slowly just going to get pieced away one by one and lose. And that's what I was nervous about, because like you said, that's something that you're trying to work on in particular, is taking the shot and not overthinking it. And that's what a lot of dodgeball is for a lot of people. It's like, I see this, but do I do it? I don't want to do it, and it's not the right move. I don't want to be an asshole to my team, and now I take this throw, and now I miss, and now our best player gets out. But I lost my train of thoughts again. What was I saying?
Team money 420.
Dude, that's twice. That's twice.
It might have been 3 times.
Yeah, it was the 3rd time.
My bad, guys.
You're good, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was another thing that I was telling you guys too during the scrimmage, where I was like, hey, in Nutmeg, it's like one person throws one counter on one end, and then there's like a counter on another. But I'm like, hey, at the USA tournaments, there's going to be counter. There could be 4 balls, 5 balls thrown within a 5-second span. You cannot be afraid to not throw that ball. Like, do not sit there and not throw the ball, and then 10 seconds later think, shit, I should have thrown that ball. Like, throw the ball, make the hit, and then afterwards, if you fall back to the line, you're like, shit, we only have 5 balls. Hey, at least I made that throw.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely easier to start off too aggressive and dial it in, as opposed to just holding the ball and being afraid to ever throw it. And then you essentially just sit there with the ball until you get thrown at and you're out now, and you never even did anything.
I would rather play with someone who is willing to make that mistake and be too aggressive than someone who is just holding the ball and you get countered out of the middle and you look to your left or your right, and the person is just holding a ball and that person who threw you is like 20 feet in front of them. You're like, dude, throw the ball.
Yeah, 100% frustrating.
Let's talk about the next series. So we'll group this series in with another one. So Arise played Freeze. You guys won 7-1, and we'll group that series in with Hummingbirds. So Arise plays Hummingbirds, and you guys won 6-2. Let's start with Jackson.
Yeah, so with Freeze, that was our second set. I kind of mentioned that with Boston and Heist, we just started rolling, everything was locking in. And I think against Freeze, it was just a continuation of that. Um, Everybody was feeling like really, really good. At this point, everyone was still having a lot of energy. So it felt natural. It felt like we were playing in Nutmeg, even though we obviously weren't. We're obviously playing at a big stage. And I'm really proud again with how everybody was performing. Again, Nate just automatic delete button off the opening rush, giving us a major advantage right off the bat. Alan, you just tell him to throw it wherever, and he's going to throw it wicked hard.
Through someone's chest.
Yeah.
Through someone's chest. He's going to leave a bruise. He's going to make people nervous. He's going to draw eyes, allowing Terrell, allowing Robbie, or whoever's inside corners to take the shots. And the game plan worked awesome. And especially with Freeze and Hummingbirds, because we didn't know too much of the teams. We kind of had an idea with what Boston Heights was going to be. We had an idea of what Rocket Fools was going to be and Precision, which we'll get to in a minute. But with Freeze and Hummingbirds, we didn't know too much about beforehand. So I'm really glad that our game plan kind of applied there, because otherwise we would have been scrambling to come up with an adjustment. But everybody played really well. And with Hummingbirds, I think also that's when the fatigue started setting in. We were playing all day. Again, most of our players are having their first USA tournament, if it's not their first tournament. So Hummingbirds, we still played really well, but you could definitely tell like everyone's starting to get a little tired. Everyone's getting a little sore with their arms or even jumping up down with their legs, whatever it is. But we played really well.
Terrell, have anything else to add?
Yeah, I don't remember all that much. I just remember Hummingbirds. I believe that was our second game. And it's also interesting going from playing like Rec League to now USA. Because when I'm playing in Rec League, I know every single person that I'm playing against. I know what they do, what they're good at, what they're not good at, their tendencies. Jump to USA, I don't know any of these people. I don't know what they're good at. I don't know what they're not good at. So Boston Heights, it's like we know a handful of the people. We don't know a handful of the people. We've seen some of them in tournaments around. I don't know them all that well, but they're not brand new faces. Hummingbirds, I didn't know a single person on that team. So it's in real time trying to figure out what do they do, what are they good at, are they catchers, are they good defensively, are they good throwers. So it was cool trying to play against a group of dudes I've never seen before and trying to figure out how do we strategize against people where we don't even know what they're good at. And I think we just did like a bunch of angle throws just because we didn't know who could do what. And also we were doing a bunch of team throws too because they had people that kept dropping their ball, and I'm like, okay, well if they're gonna go for a catch, let's just fucking kill them. And then I don't remember Hummingbirds. Maybe that was the fourth one. But yeah, I think that was definitely my personal fatigue started setting in. I was getting real tired because I think we had ref game, and then we had 3 games back to back, and that was the beginning of the end for you, boy. I was not.
That's right.
I wasn't able to hydrate or drink in between. Again, speaking of experience, I know how I'll do it next time, so I won't gas myself out the way that I did, but I just didn't know. Like, you got to go with your shit prepared. You got to come with your snack to the ref court. You got to bring your electrolyte to the next playing court. So, yeah, I know that now. But, yeah, the fatigue was setting in real hard, and I was kind of just running on fumes at that point. And then also I was getting real upset. Bro, it is real hard to throw these balls once they get a little bit of sweat on them. Because there were a few times where I get a ball and I'm like, I fucking hope the person in front of me doesn't throw because I'm going to have to throw it at them. And this ball isn't going anywhere where I want it to.
Oh, yeah. With the sweat thing, my bad. If I touched the ball, it was just covered in sweat.
That was Dan Hood. But no, the sweat, and I mean, it's the new bat and no sting balls, but those balls were tough to throw. I normally do not play with a towel, but I actually did play with a towel for this tournament because it was bad. And there was the balls were so bad that in the mixed finals, I was watching this back again yesterday. It's myself against Bo, and in the middle of us with a 1v1, I didn't have all six balls yet. I take my towel, and I have two balls, one in each hand, and I throw a ball off the court, and I throw a towel like that's literally on my hip off the court, and I'm like, someone please dry this ball off because I want to throw it, but I can't.
The struggle is real, dude.
It was bad. Let's talk about your next series. So you guys played Rock Fools. The score was 4-3 in your favor. Let's start with Terrell on this one.
Um, this is probably the series that I was like happiest of throughout the entire day because I believe this was our third game. It was either our third game or our fourth game. I don't remember.
Third.
Uh, third, but regardless, we were undefeated going into that. And I think our record like going into that was like a collective like 14-2, 14-3. So we didn't have very much adversity before that. So we were feeling kind of hot going into that. And then we went down 2-0 pretty quick. And it was real humbling. And all the fucking good vibes and positivity that we had went out the window immediately. And when I say that, I don't mean like we started arguing with each other, but it's like we all looked at each other and we're like, oh, fuck, this is not going the way that all the other series went so far. So it was good because it gave us, a real challenge. And also, more importantly than that, like, how are we going to respond to a challenge? Because we easily could have just crumbled right there. And that would have it would have been the beginning of the end of us from that moment on. But we all handled it very well. We made some small adjustments. We ended up slowly making a comeback. And then we ended up winning that game. I don't remember exactly. I don't remember what some of the adjustments were. I know we switched corners. Me and Robbie switched corners because I was getting lit up. I was getting lit up in my corner. I
By
don't.
who?
The dude's name, Ben, I think his name is.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ben.
Ben. Yeah, Mirror Tour.
Yeah, so
Yep.
him in particular, he has an interesting throw, but he has an interesting pump fake, and it's fucking looks exactly like his regular throw. So, dude, every time I line up against him, every time he pump fakes, I'm like, he's throwing, he's throwing, he's throwing. Even if I know he's not, just because his pump fake looks just like his throw. So I go to line up and I'm going to throw, and he's pump faking me to death. And I'm like, I can't throw the ball. Like, I think he's going to throw it at me. So I'm like, let me just switch corners. Let me not have to worry about him, and then try seeing if I could run the offense out of my side. And we had a lot more success with that. But what do you remember, Jackson?
Yeah, I was going to give a shout out because Ben really did cook us in the first couple of games, and Tenny also was really good at staying alive and catching in the early going. Uh, but I remember that switching the corners was one of the adjustments. I think with a lot of catches also fell our way more so. I remember Jason and Nate had a catch that like swung the tide to help us win a couple sets, which was awesome. But I think overall, Rocket Fools is a team that a couple of us are familiar with because they're mostly Long Island folks. Like I'm looking at the roster right now, like Ben, Tenny, Randy, Justin Thomas. There's a lot of familiar faces for someone like me, and not a lot of familiar faces for you, Terrell, or even for Jason, or for people that don't travel down there. So once we kind of took a deep breath and we were all on the same page with how everybody on their side played, I think we sequenced our throws a lot better. We knew that Ben was going to stay alive and with this ball, and he's going to be a threat in the corner. So we had to be very careful with how we take them. We can't just do kill right all the time. We did a couple of delays that worked out in our favor. We knew Tenny could catch everything if we let him. So we had to be careful of
With the
that.
blueberry chalk. I think that's what it is.
The blueberry chalk.
Yeah.
I think this is a joke that I'm not getting right now.
Damn, he didn't watch the last episode, Terrell.
Fuck. Shit.
Damn, caught him.
I did. That's the problem. I did watch that
shit.
episode.
We were playing him in mix, and he was saying that he had blueberry chalk on his hands, or blueberry scented chalk.
Oh, damn.
They have blueberry scent.
He said he wasn't joking after. Yeah, look it up.
I'll look it up. I'll do my research. Hashtag ad. But I think we sequenced a lot better. And we're calling some other things besides kill left and kill right, because one thing I think we could have done better as a whole, as a team, was being a little more creative with our play calling. A lot of times it was just the same throws, kind of like I kind of compare it to playing Madden, where you have 3 plays that always work.
Yep.
He kind of did that, and it worked. So we definitely got a little more creative with our play calls, and I think that caught him off guard. A couple clutch catches, which gave us the come from behind win, which I think it came down to the last game too. So it was exhilarating match the entire way through. So it was an awesome win. It was the first one of our back to back to back. So
Yeah, it's funny that you're saying the play calling is like well, just having like one of those 3 plays in Madden, because that's exactly how I was play calling. I'm like, all right, as soon as we get 4 balls, or if we have somebody in the corner that's fucking us up, 2, we're killing right or we're killing left. But that was also the first series where 1, we started missing the shots, and then 2, the balls were not rolling back. Because our first 2 series, I don't think we were missing. Like, we were hitting pretty much all of them, and then even if we weren't, 1 to 2 of the balls were rolling back. We were missing, and any of the balls back. And I'm like, oh, this shit does not work out well when you're when you miss and then don't get any of the balls back.
Yeah, that was on court 2. Those were really well netted. Like, they weren't rolling back. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, it's a kill left directly into the void.
Into the void.
And your last series that we have not talked about yet, going into the playoffs, so you guys play Precision. You guys lost 4-2. Who wants to start with this?
I'll start. Yeah, this was our only loss in round robin, which, just saying that, I'm still blown away. Like, I'm really happy with the rise. But Precision was definitely our most difficult challenge. I mean, you have guys like Akil, you have guys like Chris, you have Marcus, Ben Stolfi, who we play with, but still stepped up. We have Derek Smith. Just a lot of guys that are wildly athletic, while also having amazing arms, or wildly athletic and have amazing hands, or everything, or everything. They've also played together for a long time, so they definitely have that synergy going. This, I kind of have a little bit of responsibility because I did throw a lot of solos that were kind of puzzling. Either they missed or they just were ball blocked pretty easily, or caught by Chris.
That guy can catch.
Yeah, I found out pretty quickly. There was one time I wanted to throw low, but I think the ball just like slipped, whatever. No excuses, but it slipped. No, but no excuses.
No excuses. And he would never admit.
But I would never. But no excuses. But it went directly into his pocket. I don't think I've ever thrown perfectly into someone's pocket before in my life. That's saying something. Like looking back, he didn't even move. He just kind of like closed his hands around it. I was like, what was that? What?
He sure caught it.
I remember I was baffled for like 5 minutes after that. But it was frustrating, but I still think the team played well regardless, because it was still going to be a really tough team to beat.
Charlie, got anything else to add? No, honestly, I don't really remember that much from the Precision series. I do just remember like I remember feeling a little bit overwhelmed because I'm like, I feel like we're in a little bit deeper of waters that we could swim in, and I'm not really sure what the move is. Like, because we were losing and we went down early, and I'm like, I don't know like how to counter this. I don't know necessarily what's going wrong. I don't know how to correct it. I don't know how to make this shit go better. So I was just kind of frustrated as the captain because I'm like, dude, Jackson is saying like he takes responsibility, but it's like I'm the one trying to game plan in order to put all of us in a position to succeed, and I don't know what to do.
I remember you calling me on Monday and you were like talking about the tournament, and I was asking you questions, and then you said that you lost to Precision and to Rockefellers in the playoffs. And I'm like, how do you guys lose? You're like, I don't really know. And then I'm like, what are the adjustments? You're like, I don't really know. But we talked about it. But let's transition into that. So you guys, I'll just go over the series real quick just for everyone who doesn't have their schedule in front of them. So you guys played Boston Heist, then you guys refed, then you guys played Freeze, then you guys refed, played Rock Fools, then you played Precision, then you played Hummingbird. So that was the 3 games in a row you guys were talking about. Mm-hmm. Then you refed, and then you refed again. So Now we will talk about your playoffs. So unfortunately, you guys got knocked out in the first round. You guys played at Rockefellers. You guys lost 5-2. Who wants to take this?
I'll start off. So when it was all said and done, I thought we were playing right away because you said we ref 2 times in a row before playing this game. So I was after refing Windy City Corruption versus Flight, I was kind of ready to get going to play until I realized, holy shit, we actually have a bye. I didn't realize. I asked Tree like 2 times, like, what quarter are we on? And then I was like, no, seriously, what quarter are we on? And I was very surprised. So again, Rise, amazing job, shout outs. With Rockefellers, they caught everything. And it's kind of like what I said for Precision. Like they are super athletic and catch everything, but they're tenfold, right? I knew they were mostly New York based team, but I didn't recognize any of them. So there was an element of figuring out what they can do on the spot, and kind of how can we game plan around it. And we did the best we could. They just kind of overwhelmed us. Really, they got us into a lot of situations where we had to come back in the set. Maybe it was like a 2v5, 2v4, or whatever. Maybe even a 3v6. And it was a little overwhelming because they were really good at picking us off. But it was after not a stressful day, but a very successful but long day. So I think a lot of us are really tired. I remember I was really tired and my arm was starting to hurt at this point. But there's a lot we could have done better. But Terrell, what do you think about the playoff series?
I think this is when Terrell starts sneaking in pickles.
Yeah, I should have definitely started the pickles around this time because your boy was hurting. I went over cold as fuck. I didn't realize that we were playing as late as we were. So your boy had to hustle just trying to get into it. But it was frustrating for me because again, it's like I wasn't able to diagnose the problems in real time. And what makes it worse is like now that I look back on it afterwards, I'm like, a few adjustments here. If we would have did this instead of this, because it's like they were catching everything. So, I feel like the remedy to that would just be don't throw a straight solo, which was how most of their catches were coming. And then they were pre-throwing a lot. So then the counter to that, which I didn't realize until I talked to you afterwards, was just, do a pump fake and then draw out a throw and then just put two on whoever threw afterwards. And it's like I felt
Whoever didn't throw. You throw at the ball, so they're probably not going to catch it and there's not going to be a counter.
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's like now it's like I have you as a fucking resource afterwards to like figure out what went wrong. But in real time, I was just getting pissed off because I'm like, dude, I don't know what's going on and I can't figure it out. And I can feel the shit slipping away, but I don't really know what to do about it. And shout out Marcus, shout out Heat, dude, because I think he saw like how fucking frustrated I was looking. Because I think it was we either went down 2-0 or 3-0. And he came over and he was talking to me and he was like, yo, you guys need to play more aggressive. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, how can we play more aggressive than we already are playing? Like, we're down at this point. We know we're down. We have to play aggressive. And he was like, just run at them. He's like, when they throw it at you, even if you only have two balls, just run at them. See if you can create an opening. They might even throw it at you. Now you have three balls. You created something that wouldn't have happened if you're just sitting at the back line. And I think we might have ended up going on to win that round or the following round. But I'm like, hell yeah. Like, I appreciated the fuck out of that because in that moment, I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm letting everybody down. I don't know what to do here. And then that obviously that's one of many possible solutions, but at least it was a solution. So shout out to Heath for that because that definitely helped a little bit. But yeah, it's just tough. They were a good team, they were a good catching team, and they played smart and they outplayed us. Good for them.
They're a really good team. They all practice together. They really thrive and like really Bo calls it like muddying the game. I call it like I guess I wouldn't call it that. I would say like they're a scrappy team, and I mean that in a respectful way. But they really thrive in those interactions, those encounters. They're a very good catching team. They're a good ball blocking team. So they're just a really good all around team. There's nothing that you can really attack from them unless they give up ball control. So I think all in all, I mean for men's, you guys finished 4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say that was successful. Obviously, you don't get the result that you want in the playoffs, but what do you guys think worked and what do you guys think didn't work?
Ooh.
Um,
Come on,
that's
Terrell.
that's a tough, multifaceted, multi-layered question. But in the playoffs, it's like I tried different things, but again, I think the real answer would have been just stop throwing as many solos and more pump fakes in the playoffs in particular. Um, and it's hard because I did want to try playing off because I didn't want to play corner the whole time. I ended up playing corner the vast majority of the day just because it was working. And Robbie was in the other corner because that was working. But I wanted to try Jackson in the corner a lot. And I also wanted to have Alex in the corner too. And that's another thing that really hurt us a lot. We didn't have Robbie for the playoffs. Like he ended up getting hurt.
Oh,
Um,
Mm.
and that was a big part because you say like muddying the waters, like they're making it scrappy, they're forcing like these engagements, and that's where Robbie, I feel like, excels. As soon as somebody goes, he is very willing to pull the trigger, and they were pulling the trigger on us and we didn't have any retaliation on our end, so it's like we kept getting out 1-0, 1-0, 2-0 sometimes, as opposed to if Robbie was in the game, it could have been 1-1, 2-1 maybe in our favor. But yeah, that definitely hurt. I forgot about that. um but yeah, what do you got, Jackson?
one thing that we did well was, I mean, we touched on already. The vibes were always high. Like we were always cracking jokes. We were always like praising what we did right and kind of like not forgiving, but being like, "Hey, dude, don't worry about it when we do something wrong."
Yeah.
And we've done that all day. So keeping each other not accountable, but for lifting each other's spirits was something we definitely did right. Um, I think a lot of our play calling worked. That's why we repeated it. That's why we did run again those same three Madden plays.
Yeah.
It worked, and we were executing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it it kept working, so why not keep going? But I think we could have a little more creativity in that. And I also was calling play calls. It wasn't just Terrell, so I think that could be a source of inspiration to kind of figure out what could be called instead. And then the other thing is pacing ourselves throughout the entire day. I think everyone could do a little bit better. Obviously Terrell went in cold. I went in a little cold. Some injuries were happened. Alex had to sit down for I believe it was not Rockefeller, it was Rock Fools because he hurt his hand briefly. I don't know if that was Rock Fools, Terrell. I don't know if you remember, but he came back like right after anyway. Um, so just general pacing throughout the day, which we could always talk about after. But I think overall, like you said, Ryan, major success.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
The one thing I didn't touch on was just we were talking about dodgeball, but you briefly mentioned it. Just the vibes. That was the one thing that I did go over with everybody beforehand. I'm like, dude, there's a lot of different ways that this tournament can go for us, but I just want us to all, remain as positive as possible. Obviously,
Yeah,
we're all competitive. We're going to get frustrated. Not everything's going to go our way. We're not going to win 100% of the games. And even if we do, it's not going to be a flawless victory. So there's things that we could improve upon, but let's just try to keep our mindsets as high as possible. And if you're going to say something to somebody about something that could be corrected, just be mindful about how you say it. You don't have to say it mean.
yeah.
You could be constructive without being an asshole.
One last thing I want to ask before we get into mixed. What did you guys think about reffing? Because this was your first USA tournament, so this is your first time not reffing semi-pro or like
Yeah.
an Abdul tournament. What do you guys think about reffing?
I'll go first. I've barely ever refed. I can probably count on either one or two hands the amount of times I refed. So it's pretty funny. I was pretty inexperienced, and our very first assignment for the day was we had the ref, and we were refing on the stream court, and it was me and Alan as the main refs. And Alan's in the same boat I am. I don't think he's refed more than probably 10 times. But we're both on the stream court setting it up, and then we have the balls ready, and we're like, okay, how do you want the balls? And then we set them up, and I'm holding them on one side, Alan's holding them on one side, and we're just holding them. And then it's kind of been a while, and I'm like looking up, like, are we gonna fucking start? And then like the team is kind of looking at me smiling, they're looking at Alan smiling. I'm like, what are we doing? And then they go, refs, are you gonna start it? And I look at Alan, I'm like, oh shit, dude, that's us. We're supposed to start the game. They're looking at us like we're assholes. I'm looking at them like they're assholes. But we ended up starting the game, and then from there it went surprisingly smooth. Nobody really argued anything. Everybody takes their outs for the most part. I thought it was kind of cool. And it definitely helped me understand the game a little bit better because, again, I'm very unfamiliar with reffing. But it was just honestly, it was more tough trying to get to the ref assignment in the allotted time than actually reffing the game. And it's like not to say that it wasn't like run well because it was run very well and it was very well
Mhm.
organized. Just me having it being my first time and not knowing the time constraints that the shit is under, it was kind of tough. But as far as actually reffing, I thought it went very smooth.
I forgot about that. I was the line ref, and I was like, guys, guys, you got to start it.
And then even one point, you and me were refing a game, and then you're like, "Hey Terrell, what you're keeping score, right? What's the score?" And I'm like, "Nope, I have no idea what this."
I was keeping the score in my mind. I was like, "Are you scorekeeper?" Um, for refing, kind of briefly, it's a lot faster than anything I've ever ref before. So there was a lot of times where I was like, "Oh shit! I hope they take their routes, or I hope they, do X, Y, Z." They 9 times out of 10 they do.
Call out all the cheaters right now.
Ryan McComb,
Oh,
Caden's father.
damn.
Got him.
Got him. What the
No,
hell?
what the hell? What the LeBron James? But yeah, so it took me a while to kind of calibrate to the USA pace and also like with the burn count as in general. But it, it's a tough experience because I would feel horrible blowing a call, either a miss hit or a miss like line out or miss whatever in a high tension situation. And one of our refereeing assignments was in the playoffs. It was Access Chimera, which is ironic because 2 Connecticut teams in the playoffs. But I would have felt horrible if I, were to miss something and I have to call nothing, right? Because I just didn't see it. So it was definitely like it was almost more stressful than actually playing. To be honest, it might be more stressful than playing. So I can't give refs enough credit. To be honest.
Agreed.
I this summer would like to start having more scrimmages at Nutmeg, and I said this, I think, on the last episode. I would like people to start refing at Nutmeg in these scrimmages because I think that they will learn a lot. They will learn the rules. They can manipulate certain things like burden. And then I also think, not that people give people shit, but I think it's a little tough for people to remember just how hard it is to ref, and you can't see everything. So I think it's one thing to complain about refing, but then never ref, and then you ref, and you're like, holy shit, this is tough, and I suck at it, and I like to, hey, that person's out, that person's out. You reset burden, but it shouldn't have been reset because it was a defensive throw. Like there's just a lot of little things, and I do
Yeah,
think that refing is extremely tough, especially at USA tournaments. So that's why I thought it'd be a good question to ask.
I
no, it was a
agree.
good question.
And I feel like it just brings up the IQ of the overall league.
Yeah,
All right, let's talk about mixed. So I don't really have any questions specifically. I know this was a little bit of a tougher division for you guys. So I'm going to just ask generally what you guys think, and I'm going to put myself on mute.
all right. I'll start out. Well, first of all, shout out, let it loose, let them loose. I'm just gonna shout them all out: Nathan, Amanda, Taylor, Carlos, Terrell, you, me, and then Alan. That was the roster. Um, it was a lot of fun. Definitely, again, vibes. This time it's 100% Connecticut, so we've played with each other or seen each other played almost weekly now. So it was definitely a lot of fun to get all Connecticut team to Boston. And again, this is a lot of people's first USA tournament. So obviously, a lot of them played open or a lot of them played women's. Now going into their second bracket, into no sting, a lot of people were sore. A lot of people were getting a little tired. A lot of people were, myself definitely included. I was wicked tired by the time Nick started. And it didn't turn out as successful as the Rise was, and I was struggling to figure out what could have gone better. Maybe is it because of play calling? Is it because of bad breaks? Because we did have a couple of good sets that could have actually gone either way, but 1-4 was our record at the end of the day. So glad to get at least one win to not go winless, right? But It was definitely tough for a lot of people, and Nate was the captain. Nate Luce was the captain, hence let him loose. And he was definitely struggling to figure out how to turn the ship around. Um, but I think that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Terrell, if you want to help me.
Yeah, sure. So me personally, dude, so it's funny because Ryan gave us a blueprint of like exactly what to do and what not to do. And this motherfucker don't miss. Like he's just always right with the stuff that he says. But he told us, he was like, hey, in between like series, in between open and mixed, don't sit. I was so fucking tired after open that I'm like, I'm gonna sit. Like I'm just really tired and I'm not feeling that good. And also, I'm low key a little heartbroken with the way that our day ended. So I'm just going to recoup on the bench. And then it was our turn to play. And while I was going down the stairs, I had to start like literally like scooting on my ass down the stairs because I started catching double quad cramps. And I started
Ooh.
disappointed because I'm like, fuck, bro, we haven't even started yet. And my mixed journey is about to be over before it even begins. Like, I'm not going to be able to play like this. So then I think we had reffing duty first. Shout out, let them loose, Amanda and Nate for inviting me. But shout out Amanda for coming through with the pickles and the pickle juice. Because I explained, my situation. She came through, gave me a couple pickles. I chugged some of the pickle juice. Within 5 to 10 minutes, I was feeling brand new. Brand new. It's a magical elixir. Speaking of learning shit at tournaments, I learned that I'm going to bring pickles and pickle juice with me to every single event that I do from here on out because I went from I don't think I'm going to be able to play to I'm good to go right now. So that was fun, but it was just very tiring. And like that was how I started my mixed journey. So I'm like, dude, I'm tired. I'm running on fumes. I'm just here for vibes. Like, let me try to keep everybody's head in as good of a space as I can. And also, I have no idea how to play mixed. I don't know how to strategize. I don't know how different it is than open. I've never played mixed before. So it was like I'm just gonna sit back and kind of see how this goes because it's a completely different experience. The USA is different than tournament shit, but then mixed is different than the open. So it's like it's almost 2 different days of dodgeball that we had in the same day. Um, but yeah, I was just so tired by the time I got there, and then I was very excited. I'm like, hell yeah, dude! We finally get to get on the stream court, and then we got on the stream court and we lost. I think 8-0, 9-0. We were just so tired by then.
Who do you
But
play?
we played Just Happy to Be Here.
Oh,
And
yikes.
it was
Dylan
just,
Se-
LeBeau.
yeah, it was
seven
rough.
7-1.
Oh, 7-1. We did get one.
We
Hell yeah.
didn't won.
That one counts.
Yeah, the pickles are definitely a must-have. The night before we played, I cleaned the pickles and I drank all the juice. But yeah, I think it's very easy for you in between divisions to be like, yo, let me go sit down. And then I'm just like, bro, don't fucking sit down. Because the second you sit down one time, it's gonna be a pain in the ass getting up. Like the 30-minute break you get, or you guys got knocked out of the playoffs early, the probably hour-ish you guys were off. That's when you're drinking water, that's when you're stretching. That's when you're watching, you're moving around. I like to shag for teams. That way I stay active. I also like to drink my Celsiuses between divisions because that's when I need it the most. But yeah, I mean, again, it was your first, oh, not your first, but it was, yeah, I guess your first USA tournaments for both you guys. So I think you guys did really well. And from the outside looking in, I will say that in mixed, you guys were definitely not sure how to strategize. And then I think there was like 2 series I watched you guys play, and was I'm not gonna say Karen, but just what would be someone's name who's like a really good friend that's a guy that's like, I want my friends to do really well. So let me huddle them up and ask them like, hey, what should we fix?
I don't know because you're
Ooh.
Heron also it has like negative connotations. There's no negative connotation. It's a Kevin maybe because it's like what he did was like I don't remember who we were playing, but he huddled all of us up. He's like, guys, what is the issue? Like you guys need to diagnose what the issue is right now. What's the issue, and then how are we gonna fix it? And we all just kind of looked at each other. I'm like, it's funny that you bring that up. I have no fucking idea, Ryan. What is the issue?
I looked up and I was like, oh, they're cooked because they can't even give me an answer. But I was like, oh man. I
I feel
think
like that person would be a Tom, by the way. That's the name. Instead of a
Tom.
K. Karen, maybe a Tom. Like
All right.
he's like a hey guys.
All right, I have a good name for
Let's
you.
Little
oh
Haberford.
go on.
All right, a friend who's like really good, really caring, like a really good friend that's caring.
Okay.
What do you think of Ryan?
Oh,
Hmm.
uh,
We could table this for another day. We could keep circling
yeah.
back and coming up with other ideas.
Yeah, I think
That
that's kind of a shitty name actually, that I think about it.
yeah, yeah, good point, good point.
But yeah, again, I forget what series it was, but you guys were definitely like down in the dumps and you guys like won a game. And I'm like, hell yeah, like let's build on this. And then just low energy. I'm like, okay, they're ready for tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, which was 2 weekends ago, so Sunday, Jackson, you played in the throwdown. So, do you want to talk about your team, your teammates? The floor is yours.
Yeah, sure. We could talk about it for a little bit. So I played with Danny Phantom, captained by Matt Levine. Uh, it was a really fun time. I will briefly say the Boston Throwdowns are consistently some of my favorite tournaments. And if you haven't played in one, sign up for number five. Number five is the next one, right? Sign
Mm-hmm.
up for number five if you're at all interested in the area. It's absolutely worth it. Um, so that's my plug out of the way. So yeah, I played with Danny Phantom. I played with Andrea, Matt. I already said. Greg from Nutmeg. Again,
Greg.
Hey,
this is my second time playing with Greg, which I was at, the last time I played with him was a while ago. So I'm actually really happy to be playing with Chicken Greg. Um,
Greg.
oh yeah, Cock Greg. Oh,
No, hot.
oh, I
Greg.
thought he said cock because of his chickens.
Because it was hat.
Gotcha. Am I allowed to curse on here, by the way?
Shit fuck, shit fuck.
Shit, fuck. Okay. Carla, Jess, Luke, and Marcus. It was a lot of fun. Again, coming into this event, I've won the previous two. Even though some people will argue with me.
Tomato, 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 tomato.
So I was definitely looking for three in a row. That didn't end up happening, but even with that being said, and like I was definitely like a little bit more competitive than most people, and probably more competitive than I should be. Like I was bad. Like if you look at me, I was just like the entire time. It was still wicked fun, and I'm really glad that Matt gave me a shot to play. Had a 1v4 on stream to start the day. That was kind of cool.
Nice.
So the vibes are already high there. Um, and there's a lot of times where I had to learn corner because Matt wanted me to play corner and him on the inside, which is kind of crazy because you think of Matt Levine, you think of USA World's corner. So I offered him like, dude, do you want the corner? Like I'll play I'll play if you want me to, but like you and me we're not the same. Are you sure? And he was really cool. He was like, yeah, dude, I want you to try to get the experience and like, all right, that. So he was really cool. Even though I know he was definitely the better choice, like on paper, of course. It was really cool that he was giving not just me but everybody a chance because he was passing the ball a lot to others, trying to get everybody to throw. Which all inclusive captain. It was really cool of him to do that. Even something so little as passing the ball, he didn't have an ego and he did a really good job with Danny Phantom.
Love to hear that.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We lost in the first round, but we won our placement match. So of all the teams that lost in the first round, we were ranked the highest.
Holy
So
shit.
so ninth place.
Wow. Not
So
bad.
not bad. Like I was definitely bummed to not win, of course, but not bad. It was a lot of fun. Sick jersey. Love Danny Phantom, so definitely keeping that bad boy for a while. Um, but again, I can't say enough good things about the third down. So Terrell, sign up for the next one.
bro. If it wasn't the day after all of that, I wanted to, but just it's so much dodgeball on
That
Saturday.
is fair. That's fair.
Dodgeball.
I went into Sunday not physically tired. I was definitely a little sore, and I wouldn't say like super sore, but I would say I was mentally tired. So like I pulled up and I'm like, fuck, dude, this double shot needs to hit fast. But all in all, I think it was a really good weekend for Connecticut. So shout out to everyone from Connecticut that
Yeah.
played. Shout out Spice Girls, shout out Chimera, shout out Acid, and shout out Arise. Super proud of everyone, and I hope you guys continue to travel. Let's
Hell
move
yeah.
into questions for the people because we have a good amount. So we got 13 questions.
Oh.
Let's start with the first one. Do not tell me, dude. My notes app just froze.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh, you're
no.
kidding me. I was just about to cook. All right. Question from Tegan Pegs. Do you have any specific things/rituals you do pregame to get yourself into the right headspace to play?
Not really. Like, it's the usual stretch, throw a couple balls beforehand, talk with everybody. Nothing like super specific. Like, I don't listen to a certain song before a tournament or even like a certain league night. I don't eat anything in particular. Um, Coming
No
from
voodoo
baseball,
dolls,
yeah, no voodoo dolls. Yeah,
no NBA Young Goat.
no, no, not. Maybe next season. Maybe that's the ticket. Um, but yeah, coming from baseball, you would think I'd have like some kind of ritual. No, no, I don't.
Same underwear from the night before, maybe, or
Ooh, maybe that could also be a good point.
this
Oh,
weekend.
I'll just wear the same underwear for the rest of the week.
Or no.
Terrell, you got anything?
I don't have like a particular thing. Like I don't have a song that I listen to, but I do listen to music, and it's just ratchet music. Just uh
Can't confirm.
yeah, no, yeah. I'm trying to.
East Coast, you're listening to some hood ass music in the bathroom while you're showering. I don't even know who the artist was.
Oh, Ski Mask. Yeah, dude. That's I listen to something hype or something hood rat. That's how I get hyped. And that is what I do every single time. It just gets me in the zone, dude. Something with a good beat, something hype. I'm ready to take on the world after that.
Question from Garrett Lee. What was your favorite game from Beast Coast or your best game?
Ooh, Beast Coast. Um, Probably my back-to-back sets against you guys. So played against Nut in the last round of round robin, and then in the playoffs, I kind of popped off.
Say it, Jackson. I know you wanna.
Yeah, I had a 1v1 with Ryan, and it ended
Oh,
with me catching one of his balls, and it ended in embarrassing fashion for him. Everybody was hyped. Everyone was happy. That's all anyone could ever talk about. Don't talk about the results.
I don't even remember who won the tournament.
Yeah, dude, that's the show stopped. Time stood still. It was like a movie.
Terrell, you got anything? Probably not when you fucked your finger up.
yeah, no. Everything after that was just kind of sad, honestly, because I was out, competing at a fraction of what I could be. And also, I made it so much worse afterwards just by playing. But honestly, my favorite series that I played, like dodgeball wise, was definitely the Rockefeller series, because it was before I got hurt, and it was also a good because we talked about like being able to test yourself in tournaments. A situation that I want to be in is not panicking when I'm the last one in. So it's like our very first game of the day. I got an opportunity to be the last one in, and I ended up winning. And it's not that I ended up winning, it was the way that I ended up winning because I got into an opportunity where the dude he ended up throwing and I was in a position where I'm running at him and old Terrell would have just sprinted at him, threw it at him 100% as hard as I could. And then I had another ball, so I would have just threw that one at him if I missed, and then we would have went from there. But that's not really dodgeball, and it wasn't very. It's so I had a cerebral moment where I'm like, okay, old Terrell wants to throw it. I would throw it. Let me not throw it. Let me pump fake. Let me see how he dodges. So I threw a pump fake. He dodged on the ground. So I'm like, okay, he's on the ground. He can't go anywhere now. Let me throw it now, and let me throw it to a side. And I ended up getting him. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. It's not that I won. It's that my dodgeball IQ put me in a position to be able to do what I just did. Like, not that it happened, because even if I missed the throw, I would have been happy. I would have been like, dude, I did it. Like, I missed the throw, but I got him to do what I wanted him to do. So that was cool because it's something that I've been working on, and to try it out in a tournament, against the best of, what each coast has to offer. I'm like, okay, there's some merit to that. And I'm happy and proud of myself.
That's not checkers, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Question from BBL Bobby. What was it like trying to play with a team that doesn't really play together and open?
BBL Bobby, is that Robbie?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. What's up, Robbie? It's fun. It's fun having a lot of pieces where you don't necessarily know what the best place for them to be is, and kind of trying it out. And like I said, I had a bunch of different ways that I wanted our day to go, but we ended up having such good success with me and him in the corner that I'm like, it would be idiotic for me to take either of us out of the corner and start trying some other shit. And with Robbie in particular, it's like he's a bigger dude and he has a fucking cannon. So as soon as he doesn't have a ball, they're probably just going to light him up. So I'm like, I didn't want to take him off the ball. But it's cool. It's fun. It's like a fun challenge where it's like, how can we extract the most value out of these pieces that we have? Because it's like, if we have the same 7 members, if you take me and Robbie and put both of us in the middle and then put 2 other people in the corner, our day might not go the same. We went 4-1. We could have gone 2-3. We could have gone 5-0. Like, who knows? But that's my point. Is there's a lot of different ways that it could go, just moving around a few different pieces. So it's fun. I like the challenge.
Jackson?
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of said everything I would want to touch on. Like, we knew what the puzzle pieces looked like because we played against each other so much, or played each other in like one tournament or whatever. We just didn't know how it was going to fit together. And kind of experiencing what the team could actually do in real time was a lot of fun, and a lot of and real just really hype. Like seeing everyone kind of do what they do at Nutmeg on a big stage was really fun. And I don't think I said this yet, but I would run that team back. I really would.
Hell yeah.
Would?
Good.
I
But
would.
yeah, it's just hard because like we went in and we didn't have an identity, so I wanted to play around with different things and kind of find out what our identity was, because we've all played with each other. We played with and against each other. We've never all been on the same team together. So it's like, okay, we're taking all these different people that do different things. How do they all mix together once we put them on the same team? So it was super
Yeah.
interesting because I'm like, I feel like we could legitimately be considered a catching team. We could be an away team. We have multiple people with big arms. Like, we could be a throwing team. How are we going to play with the pieces that we have? So it was fun. I like it. And I'm looking forward to, doing more shit like that in the future.
Bro was
Hell
the
yeah.
opposite of Tom Thibodeau.
It doesn't matter what.
Question from Heat. What advice would you give any newer players about being nervous to try and break into the scene?
Ooh. Is this breaking into competitive dodgeball or breaking into dodgeball? Dodgeball.
I would say probably competitive. He doesn't specify, but I would say competitive.
Okay. Good question.
Good question.
I'll start. Just go to a tournament if you're thinking about doing it. Because it's funny that he is one of the people asking those questions, but it's like people like him are very welcoming, and they will stick an arm out and shake your hand to somebody that they haven't seen before and welcome you into the community. It is a small community, and the people in the community are cool. And it can be overwhelming at first, especially when you're showing up to these tournaments not knowing these people. But everybody's cool. Like, they're not real. Nobody's rude for the most part. Everybody's going to be willing to talk to you. And if you explain that you're new, people will explain shit to you. Because even this is another thing I wanted to shout out Heat for. But we were playing his team during mix, and I think we were actually up. I think we might have been up, and then they ended up making a comeback on us, and then I think we might have ended up tying that series. And I think that you could tell our team was like definitely a little bit upset with the way that it ended, because we definitely probably should have won. But shout out to them, they ended up coming back. But we're in the high five line, and he is almost like yelling at our team. He's like, pick your guys' heads up. Like, we're a good team, and you guys just tied us. Like, you guys should not be sulking the way that you guys are looking as sad as you are. And it's like, I appreciate that, because it's like, he's right. It's like, we're a brand new team, and we just went, to a tie with a team that's been playing together for a long time. And sometimes you need somebody that's been around to remind you guys, hey, I know that you feel this way, but maybe you shouldn't be feeling this way.
Mm.
But yeah, just get out there and do it. You could think about doing it, or you could do it.
Yeah, shout out Heat. Amazing guy all around. And if you're worried about, for the new person breaking into the competitive scene, if you're worried about performance, oh my God, my computer keeps
Ah,
doing that.
oh.
Sorry, it was my witch powers. Um, but if you're worried about performance in terms of getting into competitive scene, just know that if this is your first USA tournament, that you're going to be going against people who've been doing this for years. So I do understand that could be a little bit intimidating and a little bit, kind of like, oh, how do I even start, or blah blah blah. The best piece of advice I have ever gotten dodgeball wise, I can't believe I'm going to shout him out, but Nick Rooney, at the Turkey uh, tournament in Connecticut. I was in the middle of the game and he was watching me play, and I must have been stiff as a board playing, because this was like not my first tournament, but probably like my second or third, whatever that may be. But like still early on in my dodgeball career, and yeah, I must have been stiff as a board, because he walked over. He goes, "Dude, relax. You know you're good. I know you're good. You play with a little swagger, loosen up a little bit, and do what you know you can do." And at the moment, I don't think it really sunk in, because I think I still played stiff as a board for the rest of the day. But from every other tournament that I've gone to, I took that advice to heart, and I feel like I've made steady and really good improvements, all because I was kind of more relaxed, a little bit more playing with swagger, I guess, for the lack of better words. And even if in games where I do get smoked, I kind of don't take it to heart, and I'm kind of like, okay, next one, turn the page, let's go. And having someone who is really good, obviously USA practice team, Nick Rooney, shout out to him,
Shout out, Nicky.
kind of believe in me, was all the confidence I need to go out and to play in Minneapolis, my first USA tournament, and then play in Boston, and then going to New Orleans at the end of August. So I think that was that moment where I saw my improvement in my skill set start to increase. So I would also say to the new player, you're good. You're doing this for a reason. Play the way you know how to play. Play with a little bit of swagger, and go ball out.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Just play with confidence. Don't be afraid to fail, because that's how you're going to get better. And
yeah,
don't be afraid to ask questions. Like, everyone that's playing on that court is a human being just like you. No one's better than you. They're just humans who also happen to play dodgeball, who may have been playing longer than you, so they might be better than you. But go out there, ask questions, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Next question from Amanda Luce. Question for the boys. You typically don't get the chance to play together. What was it like sharing the court in back-to-back divisions this past weekend in Boston? Shout out to Arise and Let 'Em Loose. Tongue out, tongue out, tongue out. Heart emoji, heart emoji.
God, I love Amanda so much.
She's married, bro.
Shut up. Yeah, like this is our second time playing together. This one was obviously with a bring your own team this time, instead of just like a random Secret Santa draft. It was really fun seeing Terrell work as a captain, because he was asking you a lot of questions, and I could tell he was putting his heart and soul into this. You could tell like he put a lot of thought into small things like lineups, into small things like the pitchbacks, like you working with Alex and Nate onto kind of ironing out what we should do, was really, really inspiring, to be honest. Like it was really fun playing with you, especially since I don't play with you at league nights at all. Like I don't even think in open gyms, Terrell, we've played in the same team ever.
I don't think so, dude.
Yeah, it was really fun, and I wanna play with you again. So travel more.
I'm gonna try. I appreciate words. But yeah, I've always wanted to play with you ever since we got the opportunity to play in that Santa tournament. Just because you're good vibes and you're just so willing to be a good teammate, which is something that gets overlooked a lot. Because it doesn't really matter how good you are, like talent wise. If you're not willing to be a part of the team and what the team is trying to do, it gets real tough for you to fit in a team oriented sport because you're gonna fuck up what we're trying to do. So I always appreciate playing with people that are good teammates, and you were a good teammate, and you were always asking questions. Like even back then, like because Ryan and Sean are like the default people that get asked questions in our league. And in that tournament, you were asking me questions, and I'm like, oh shit, like I'm in a position where I could actually answer some of these questions. Um, but yeah, I think it was super cool. And also, like from the time that we played in that tournament until now, you personally, it's like you were super green back then, and it's like you got so much better. So it's cool to be able to have played with you back then, and then have some time go by, and then play with you a more developed product of yourself now, because like you got a lot better at everything. So it's super cool to see, and then also super cool to have that on my team as well. Because again, I'm trying to throw together a team of good players, but I also wanted good vibes. It doesn't matter how good of a player you are. If your vibes are not good, there's not really any place for you on the team.
Go skedaddle.
Huh?
I said go
What?
skedaddle. If you're a good player but you're a bad teammate,
Oh, skedaddle.
go skedaddle.
Oh, yeah. Kick rocks.
Kick rocks, son.
Touch grass.
Question from Nutmeg Rachel. I don't know how to say her last name. Her last name's crazy. If superheroes played dodgeball, what powers would be best?
Ooh,
Oh,
at dodgeball?
um, huh.
Okay, I have two off the top of my head. Captain America. You know how like when he throws a shield, it like bounces all over the place and always goes back to him.
Yeah.
Just imagine that with a foam ball.
One
Like,
foam ball, 6 outs.
yeah, like come on. I mean, come on. It's right there in front of us, and plus he's throwing the shield around, so he's got to have some arm strength.
What's your other one?
Low key Hawkeye, because like his whole thing is like accuracy. Like it's not just like with a bow and arrow. Like like he shoots like perfect with like the darts. He also plays 18 holes of golf and shoots 18 holes of golf. So I imagine he's just like accurate as fuck. So it doesn't matter if you're dodging, he's just gonna hit you. So 6 throws, 6 outs, call it a day, I say.
They're gonna say Thor's hammer.
He sure.
Wait, are we doing superheroes or superpowers?
Powers, but I think Jackson hit on it though too.
Oh,
With like the accuracy. I think he like
Hmm.
gave an example of the superhero.
okay, I'll go. I'll do flight. I feel like it would be pretty hard to get anybody out. If you could back up 30 feet and then also fly 30 feet into the air, I feel like it would be pretty hard to get you out. Um, And then other than that, maybe like the Flash or somebody that could go invisible. But I'm just thinking of ways that it would be hard to get out. If somebody's invisible, you could theoretically just throw the ball and randomly get lucky and hit them. You're not throwing the ball 85 feet in the air and hitting somebody. It's gonna descend before it even reaches them, probably.
Science.
Yeah, hell yeah, physics, dude.
Question from Sam Sayward. If you had a dodgeball nickname, what would it be? I can give you both one right now.
Shoot.
Yeah, dude.
Lamar Jackson, T Money 420.
Oh wow, that's
Creative.
that's not bad. I won't argue.
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I'm Lamar Jackson.
All right, LJ. Terrell, you go to T Money 420.
Yeah, I did definitely. Yeah, I'm cool with
All
that.
right. And another question from Sam Sayward is cereal soup. Why or why not?
Cereal soup. It is cereal soup.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be
It's
because
not.
it's like if okay, so you have soup, right? And there's a base, which is usually like the stock, so like vegetable broth, chicken broth. So in this case, milk would be the base, and then the soup is whatever contents you add in. So it's a frosted flake soup today with milk as the base.
This man might be cooking.
Yeah, you're looking at me like you're disagreeing, but what is the disagreement with? It's literally the same exact thing. The base is the milk. So that is what qualifies it as a soup. That's the base. So the milk is the base, and then whatever you want to add into it is the actual soup. So whatever cereal you want, or if you want to get fancy in this bitch and throw cereal and cut up a banana and throw that in there, now it's an exotic.
Mm,
Wow.
an exotic soup. I don't know. I just always thought of soup as it has to be hot, you know? So like, I don't know.
I don't know.
You're kind of winning me over though.
I feel like that's closed-minded thinking though, because not every time you eat soup, it's hot. You can have soup and have it be cold.
True. It's just not a hot soup.
Yeah, this would be,
Leftover soup.
this would be a cold soup, or yeah, a leftover soup.
People
I
in
don't know.
Nutmeg, I want you guys to talk about this in a group message tomorrow.
Yeah, please, please. I'm
But
interested.
but don't just talk about it. Give reasons on why or why not, because I feel like I'm right, and I would.
Write a thesis, please.
Perfect.
The higher the word count, the better.
Question from Gavin McNeil. What's the guy's number on the left? So I don't know if he's asking credit card number, social security number, or VIN number.
Let's go all through.
Yeah, just give all three, and then just give that funny little 3-digit number on the back of your credit card.
Good point. 16, 31, 29,
Bro's playing the lottery.
and
Can you go?
444443. That's my best friend. So I love that guy.
Oh yeah.
Question from Yanni. What's the biggest pet peeve when you play with new teams/players?
Pet peeve.
I really hate when people have two balls and there's teammates next to them. That really fucking pisses me off a lot.
Are you telling me you're not supposed to do that?
I mean, you can do that if you want, but you're an asshole.
I'm just trolling.
That's a good one. That was going to be a better one than I would have said. I would have said like a pet peeve, not because of them, but because of me, is like if they go for a counter and I'm not there to support them or put pressure and they get lit up because of it, it's like a pet peeve, like, fuck, I wish I knew they're going to throw there. So just like experience of knowing what people may or may not do. Yeah.
Like mine is like people who just don't listen and go rogue constantly because Terrell knows, but I call these players like players that you can win a series or you can lose a series. And I'm not saying that that's not like a good or bad thing, but I'd rather just play with someone who I know that they'll listen and that they'll work with the team. Someone that goes rogue, I'm like, you know what? I can't call someone on the left corner to throw when you have a ball in the middle because I don't know if you're going to protect them. I don't know if you're giving them the ball. I don't know if you're going to fall back and refuse to give them the ball. I don't know if you're going to throw the ball when they're running at I don't know what you're doing. So you just are going to have to throw every time because I don't trust you at all.
Yeah, it's hard working around the inconsistency of not knowing what you're going to get.
It really is. Question from John Gatlin. For both the boys, in what ways does dodgeball translate to your personal life/other hobbies?
Huh.
Good question.
Good question.
Good question.
That is a good question. I'm not sure how it translates into my life. It in the sense where I work out, my workouts, I now am like tailoring them around dodgeball. Like it's dodgeball specific as opposed to just before it was like general fitness. Before that it was basketball, but I don't really play basketball like that anymore. So now I'm trying to make it more dodgeball oriented. But I have noticed how like people's personalities kind of impact how they play. And I realized that I'm kind of a risk taking dude. So I like going for catches and putting myself in situations where I might not necessarily, it might not be smart, but I get away with it because I have good hands. So I like doing that. And it's not a smart thing that I do, but it is something that I do a lot. And it's just, I'm a risky dude. I'm a gambling man. And that's a gamble to take. It would be so much easier to not stick my hand out, not gamble on getting the catch or not getting the catch and stay alive. But I'm like, fuck it, dude. I think I can get it. And I'm going to go for it. And it's like, that really is who I am in real life a lot. So it's interesting, the more you start to learn dodgeball, the more you start to realize like a lot of your personality impacts how you are and how you play on the court. It's very cool to see.
There should be like a dodgeball psychology type book where it translates like what your personality is and it translates to how you're going to play. So like risk taker is going to be is going to be taking these risks for catches. Maybe someone who's more reserved. Maybe they're like, okay, hold on, let's work on ball blocking, dodging, and all this. That's a book. That's a book that someone should write, but not me, please.
Not me.
Not me. I am a bit of a traveler, so obviously traveling to different tournaments, that always is fun for me. So that's an immediate like connection there. Um, but also before playing dodgeball, I was definitely a gamer in a couple of ways. I played Smash Brothers and like traveled to tournaments there. I wasn't really good. I was just there for the vibes. A couple of my friends were doing it too, so traveled
Gun
there.
Mike?
No, not Gun Mike.
Oh, okay.
So like it kind of dodgeball fuels the competitive side that I've been missing from Smash because I stopped playing. So that was really fun for me, and obviously it's more healthier than playing video games. Go figure. And with it also like I played Survivor games again, kind of like the people aspect from Survivor and the competitive aspect of voting people off in challenges. Does get filled.
Will you hop on Love Island if asked?
If asked to hop on Love Island, I don't know if it's worth the stress and the drama, dude. I
was thinking the same thing for myself. It's a no for me.
It's a no from you. That's the only reason. That's the only reason you would say no.
I think that there's other obvious reasons. I think.
Yeah, like how would you get there?
Exactly. Like it's just not free, bro.
Yeah, dude. I think you have to pay. Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah.
And this. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question from Mackenzie Terrell. Will you ever try another flavor from Scoopies, or is it mint chocolate chip all the way?
Oh, I'm so happy that she asked me this. Sorry, Mackenzie, I was gonna send you a picture of this, but I went there 4 days ago. I got a cookies and cream milkshake, and
Ooh.
I will be going back to mint chocolate chip, but I am happy that I stepped out of my comfort zone and tried some new shit. But everything over there is good. It's good. Like it was definitely good, but I just really do like mint chocolate chip a lot. So
is there a wrong ice cream flavor?
Yeah.
I think that there's like two that kind of come to mind. I guess like anything berry, like raspberry, strawberry. I'm not like a big strawberry guy.
I don't like the Cherry Garcia, whatever that shit is. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of anything berry either.
Also not a fan of coffee ice cream.
Coffee ice cream.
Yeah, coffee's not bad. If you like coffee, it's good.
I love coffee, but I don't want it as an ice cream. Like I'm mint chocolate chip all the way.
I don't think you like coffee that much then if you don't like coffee.
I love coffee.
Are we in the circle of trust here?
Yeah.
Circle of trust.
How trusting.
Cheese ice cream?
I don't like ice cream.
What? Yo, tomorrow, show up early. Everyone who's watching this that's going to play tomorrow, let's show up and beat his ass.
No, I don't like ice cream.
That's crazy. No way.
Do you not like for tummy reasons or just taste reasons?
It's been a while since I've eaten ice cream, to be honest. I mean, I have dairy fine, so I don't think the tummy reason's the issue. Taste.
Wow, that's crazy. I don't think
we're gonna force feed this man ice cream.
Yeah, go up. Let's just fill socks with ice cream and just beat him with it.
Yeah, facts.
Oh, like the butter sock from iCarly. Yeah, ice cream sock.
We're gonna beat this butter pecan into you, dude.
I'll tell you which flavor is the worst, though. While you guys are like beating me with the ice cream sock, I'll tell you which flavor is the worst.
What is it?
I don't know.
What? Okay, what was a flavor that you wouldn't mind, but you just don't like ice cream?
Mint chocolate chip. I think when I was eating ice cream, like before, I was like, I don't like this. Really, it was mint chocolate chip.
This is gonna be a crazy take. Maybe it's not. If you put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds, it kind of melts it, and I feel like you get a better flavor.
Interesting.
Like you're not melting it, but just a little bit.
To be fair, I've had it like ice cold, like from the freezer. So maybe that's what I need.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Just
don't do that.
No. I'm saying don't put it in the microwave. Let it melt on its own, or just don't eat it like that.
So what you're saying is the best part of the ice cream is taking it out of the freezer, putting it in a bowl or cone and then not eating it.
Yeah, just that part. Yeah, the white.
Okay, I could do that. I
I
could
don't
do
know if
that
this.
part.
I don't know if you're
Right
helping
before it
Terrell.
turns into a milk, go put it right back.
I don't know if he's helping. But hey, it's all right. Everyone has imperfections, so that's yours, Jackson.
I've yet to find mine. Oh, okay.
All right, last question from Sean for Jackson.
Ooh.
I need Jackson's top 5 quarterbacks this season, but he needs to say the last name first.
Oh,
Oh shit! This season, do I have to go in order, or can I just give 5 in any order?
No, I want your top 5 in order.
Fuck. From number 5 to number 1, or number 1 to number 5?
Yeah. I want you to leave us on the edge of our seats, so go 5 to 1.
5 to 1. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Don't crash your car if you're listening to this while driving.
Oh my god. Oh, you guys have to kill some time. I have to think about this.
All right, so mine personally would be
Not.
I'll start 1. So I'd go Jalen Hurts because I'm an Eagles fan, and he just won the Super Bowl. So how could you not?
Yeah. Good point.
Then I would say Josh Allen, number 2.
Okay.
I would say Lamar Jackson. You know what? I'll go Patrick Mahomes, number 3, because he's still goated. Then I will go number 4, Lamar Jackson. Number 5, I'll go Joe Burrow.
Oh, that's what I was missing. Okay.
You got this?
All right. I think I'm missing one more quarterback. Okay. No, we're sticking to my guns. All right. I'm ready.
Number 5. Last name first.
That's right. Mayfield Baker. I'm a Buccaneers fan.
Okay. Number 4.
Jackson Lamar.
Bro just said his name.
Dude, that's so weird to say.
Bro just said his name, dude.
That is so weird. My brain stalled. My brain stalled.
Bro just glitched. Number 3.
Burrow Joe.
All right. Number 2.
Mahomes Patrick. Oh shit.
Number 1.
Allen Josh.
Wow. He left Jalen Hurts off the list.
Yeah, Jalen will probably be like number 17.
Yikes, 17? No, bro. Come on, Dak Prescott is number 17. If you are not an AWL, you will have no clue what we're talking about right now.
Honestly, he's probably like 6 or 5 to me. Like I was debating him and Baker, but I'm a Bucs fan, so I have to give Baker the shout out.
I respect it. I like Baker.
Mayfield Baker. Sorry.
But that is pretty much it, boys. I've taken a lot of your time tonight. Do we have any closing thoughts / plugs?
No? Okay. No, this was a lot of fun. Glad to jump back on, and we'll definitely love to do it again sometime. Shout out Ansu, who was on the last episode. Happy belated birthday, even though I told you happy birthday when I saw you, but you know. But shout out Nutmeg, shout out Boston, shout out Tree for putting together a good USA tournament. Shout out Claire and Abby for putting together a good throwdown tournament. Shout out everybody that was involved. Shout out to the East Coast for putting on tournament after tournament after tournament and having us all travel to them. It's been a lot of fun. And I can't wait to keep doing more. So shout out Ryan for having us on. Shout out to Terrell.
My only shout outs are shout out Kelsey, shout out Lana, shout out Jackie, shout out Josie, shout out Norma. We just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more viewers for this episode. Shit's about to do numbers.
Hell fucking yeah.
Yeah. That's the Kendrick bump, baby.
Maybe Mr. Kelly. We set it on and then we leave the house and he just watches it while everyone's at work.
Yeah, you'll get at least 3 views from him if you just leave it on loop all day.
Facts. All right. We got 8 views. All right, boys. That is it, though. Thank you for hopping on.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.